Welcome to the Middle Ages, where law and order was very harsh. Those in charge of law and order believed that people would only learn how to behave properly if they feared what would happen to them if they broke the law. Even the smallest offense has serious punishments. The authorities feared the poor simply because there were many more poor than rich, and any revolt could be potentially damaging. For this reason, medieval knights were extremely violent and heartless when it came to making an example out of anyone not following their rules. Crimes such as treason or arson, which were viewed seriously as they damaged the land and property of the ruling classes, were punished by execution, usually hanging. Other forms of punishment was corporal punishments. This was meant to act as a deterrent to stop others from committing the same crime. But not all crimes warrant the death penalty. Sometimes it was best to use a torture method that caused temporary pain and discomfort, such as a beating or a whooping. There were also punishments that led to permanent mutilation, such as branding, chopping of limbs, or mutilating someone's tongue, nose, eyes, or ears. Torture was typically used as a way to extract evidence and information from anyone believed to not be truthful and faithful to the crown. This brings us to the most brutal device ever created: the Heretics Fork. The Heretics Fork was used in the Middle Ages, mainly during the Spanish Inquisition. Anyone believed not to be truthful and following the rules set forward by the king was given the fork treatment, as it was known. Now, what made this so scary? Let me explain. The Heretics Fork was a simple and easy torture device to make. It consists of a length of metal with two opposed bite prongs. In other words, it was simply two forks set against each other, as well as an attached belt or strap. This instrument was placed between the breast and the throat, just under the chin, and secured with a leather strap around the victim's neck. While the victim was hanging in an upright position from the ceiling or suspended in a way so that the victim could not lay down. The victim's hands were tied behind his back to prevent any chances of escape. The Heretics Fork made speech and neck movement almost impossible and was used after a confession to avoid hearing the victim any farther. Usually, the Heretics Fork was given to blasphemers, liars, or people who spoke the Lord's name in vain. This way, the punishment made it nearly impossible for them to talk. Also, a person wearing it couldn't fall asleep. The moment their head dropped with fatigue, the prongs pierced their throat or chest, causing great pain and discomfort. The victim would be awake for days, which made confession more likely. Traditionally, the fork was engraved with the Latin word abiero, meaning I recant. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Myth, Legends, and Truth. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified of our future projects. Thank you, and don't be a stranger.